For thousands of years, the ocean has hidden more than it has revealed. Beneath its surface lie fragments of civilizations erased from the world above. Over 70% of our planet is underwater, an archive of human history that scientists are only beginning to explore. Across the last century, divers and archaeologists have found something extraordinary. Entire cities resting silently on the ocean floor. Streets, homes, temples. Structures once filled with life, now preserved in the stillness of the deep. With sonar scans and digital mapping, researchers can now see through the darkness. And the images reveal patterns too precise to be natural. Who were the people who built these places? And what forces drove their cities beneath the waves? Some of these underwater settlements date back thousands of years, long before many major civilizations began on land. What remains underwater is not chaos, but the outline of societies that once thrived along ancient coastlines. Their disappearance was not sudden. Something enormous reshaped the world they knew. Sea levels have risen more than 120 meters since the last ice age. As the ice age ended, melting glaciers released unimaginable volumes of water. Ancient coastlines vanished beneath rapidly rising seas. Entire regions that once supported human life now lie deep under modern oceans. This is where the search for forgotten civilizations truly begins. And among these submerged worlds, one site stands as a doorway into our distant past. Pavlopetri, the oldest underwater city ever discovered. Pavlopetri lies just off the coast of southern Greece, a city more than 5,000 years old, preserved entirely beneath the sea. Here, divers found something unheard of in underwater archaeology. Streets, buildings, and open courtyards still aligned in their original layout. The precision of Pavlopetri's design suggests more than survival. It reveals a society capable of planning, building, and thriving along an ancient coastline. Over centuries, earthquakes reshaped the land beneath the settlement. As the ground fractured and the sea advanced, the city slowly slipped underwater. Tectonic activity across the region played a critical role in its descent. Inside the ruins, archaeologists found pottery, tools, and household items frozen in place for thousands of years. Unlike ruins on land, underwater structures erode differently. The sea shields some surfaces while slowly carving others. Pavlopetri predates the earliest Egyptian pyramids by centuries. Yet its story remained hidden until modern technology uncovered it. And Pavlopetri is only the beginning. Across the world, more submerged cities suggest a forgotten chapter in human history. Much of Pavlopetri's architecture lies buried under layers of shifting sand, a natural vault that preserved its structure for millennia. Using high-resolution sonar, researchers reconstructed the city's layout. In digital form, what they found was far more advanced than expected. Interconnected buildings, workshops, and public spaces emerged from the scans, revealing a level of organization rare for a settlement of this age. Floor drains, storage areas, and crafted stone basins hinted daily life along the ancient coast. Each object tells the story of people who lived in rhythm with the sea. Evidence suggests Pavlopetri was a maritime hub, a coastal city trading with distant cultures long before written history. Across the Mediterranean, early sea routes connected communities long before historians assumed. Archaeologists identified what appears to be a harbor district, now submerged several meters below the modern sea level. Everything about Pavlopetri points to a people who understood the ocean, its risks, its power, and its opportunity. But who were these early coastal engineers? And how did they develop such advanced construction techniques so early in history? Many of Pavlopetri's architectural features appear far too advanced for its time. They hint at a shared knowledge system that may have once spread across ancient coastlines. Drainage channels, leveled floors, and precision-cut stones reveal technical skill, the kind that suggests generational engineering experience. Yet nothing in the surrounding region fully explains how such a city emerged so early. Its origins remain one of archaeology's most puzzling open questions. Evidence shows Pavlopetri did not sink all at once. Rising seas and repeating geological shifts slowly erased its coastline over centuries. And Pavlopetri is not alone. Across the world, dozens of ancient settlements share the same fate, all lost to the rising oceans. From Asia to the Americas, underwater ruins follow a striking pattern. Once thriving coastal cities now lying far beneath modern sea levels. These discoveries raise a dramatic possibility that entire chapters of human civilization existed long before recorded history and now sleep beneath the ocean's surface. At the end of the last ice age, the world began to warm. Vast ice sheets, thousands of meters thick, started to collapse. As the glaciers melted, millions of cubic kilometers of water poured into the oceans, raising sea levels faster than most coastal settlements could adapt. In total, global sea levels rose more than 120 meters. Entire land masses vanished beneath the new oceans. This rise reshaped every coastline on Earth. Ancient beaches, river mouths, and settlements were submerged, forming underwater landscapes we are only now discovering. Communities living along Ice Age shorelines were forced inland, leaving behind cities and cultural centers now hidden underwater. Across continents, submerged ruins appear at similar depths, a pattern matching the timeline of the melt. But rising seas alone cannot explain the complexity of the cities we find. Something more advanced was happening along these ancient coasts. If these underwater sites represent early coastal civilizations, then much of human history may have unfolded beneath oceans we have yet to explore. Across the planet, archaeologists are uncovering underwater ruins that defy expectations, each one revealing a different chapter of our forgotten past. Off the coast of India lies Dwarka, a submerged city with massive stone walls and geometric layouts unlike anything nearby on land. Some structures appear far older than the region's recorded history, suggesting the site may belong to a civilization long erased by rising seas. Near Japan, the Yonaguni Monument rises from the deep. A colossal staircase-like formation with angles too perfect to ignore. Debate continues: is Yonaguni a natural formation shaped by currents, or the remains of a prehistoric city sculpted with purpose? Once the gateway to ancient Egypt, Heraklion now rests beneath the Mediterranean. Its statues, temples, and streets preserved in remarkable detail. Heraklion sank suddenly, likely after a powerful earthquake, locking its monuments in place for more than 1,000 years. Further west lies Atlit Yam, one of the oldest submerged settlements ever found, complete with homes, wells, and a stone circle of unknown purpose. Atlit Yam was abandoned as sea levels rose rapidly. A reminder that ancient coastal life was far more fragile than we imagine. Off the coast of Cuba, sonar scans detected massive geometric shapes nearly a kilometer beneath the surface, raising questions no one can yet answer. If these deep-water formations are man-made, they may belong to a civilization far older than any recorded in textbooks. From Asia to the Americas, the similarities are impossible to ignore. Coastal civilizations rising, thriving, and vanishing beneath the waves. Across continents, underwater cities appear at nearly identical depths, a sign of a global event rather than isolated disasters. These settlements once stood on coastlines, now buried beneath the oceans. Their locations reveal a forgotten world shaped around the sea. Similar building styles and engineering features appear in sites separated by thousands of miles, hinting at ideas that traveled farther than we once believed possible. If coastal civilizations flourished before the Great Floods, their achievements may have vanished long before written history began. As sea levels rose more than 100 meters, entire cultures could have been erased, leaving only scattered ruins behind. The rise was slow until it wasn't. Displaced coastal peoples may have carried fragments of lost knowledge, seeding early civilizations we recognize today. From India to Greece, traditions speak of ancient floods, vanished kingdoms, and oceans swallowing entire cities. For the first time, geological data and ancient myths align, both pointing to a world reshaped by rising seas. If humanity once built thriving societies along Ice Age coastlines, their greatest accomplishments may now lie hundreds of meters underwater. How much of our history remains hidden beneath the waves? The search has only just begun. For thousands of years, the ocean has guarded the memories of lost civilizations, revealing them only piece by piece. The ruins we have uncovered so far represent a fraction of what lies hidden. Entire coastlines remain unexplored beneath the waves. With new sonar imaging and deep-sea mapping, scientists can now see where human eyes cannot, opening pathways into our submerged past. Who built these coastal cities? How advanced were they? And how much knowledge vanished with the rising seas? Pavlopetri, Dwarka, Yonaguni, Herakleion, Atlit Yam. Each site tells a fragment of a grander story, a story of people shaped by the sea. If humanity once thrived along the ancient coastlines of the Ice Age, then our true origins may be far more complex than we ever imagined. Beneath the silence of the deep, entire chapters of human history wait to be found. Each discovery brings us one step closer to understanding who we really are. Today, we stand at the threshold of a new era where technology allows us to revisit worlds lost for thousands of years. The ocean does not give up its secrets easily, but with every scan, every dive, and every discovery, the picture becomes clearer. This is only the beginning, because deep beneath the waves, the greatest mysteries of our past are still waiting to be found.